NFL fans have just hung up their jerseys, and the Panthers are already making some big moves. One major topic this morning: Brian Burns is now out of the Carolinas, headed to become part of the New York Giants.
Charlotte Sports Live sports director Carla Gebhart joins us this morning with more on that major move and what else we can expect. Carla, this was a bit of a blow. The defense really seemed to be a bright spot for the team despite a rough season this last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when you look at a caliber type player like Brian Burns, I mean, you certainly feel for Panthers fans, right? Because I think he was truly one of the faces of the franchise and has been for the last couple of seasons. But obviously the two sides here between Burns' agent and the Carolina Panthers, they couldn't agree on a deal. Brian Burns wanted to get paid, and that's exactly what happened. But he is going to be a New York Giant next season. He's going to get $150 million, 87.5 of that is reportedly guaranteed. So he's getting the money that he feels that he deserves. And of course, the Carolina Panthers really not getting maybe as much as we thought that they would get for a guy like Brian Burns. They're going to get a second and a fifth round pick this season. Also another one in the season after that as well. But, you know, you think about the reports from just last season, last off season, where the Panthers were potentially going to get maybe 2 first rounders for Brian Burns. And now they're, I guess, kind of eating that a little bit, moving on from him right now.
Carla, you know, we've been talking this morning back here behind the scenes with Julian and Andrew, and just talking about how we know we need to rebuild, right? Last season was not a success. But there's frustrations when you're a Panthers fan, right? You want to win, but it's just like, oh, can we hang on to some of the people that we really like? And even country superstar Luke Combs, you know, he was saying this morning he's clearly a Panthers fan. He's like, this is his X feed post. What are we doing? Are we just firebombing the whole team here, or what? And it goes on. How do you rebuild and still hang on to those diehard Panthers fans?
Well, I mean, I think if you are a diehard Panthers fan, you've been around for a lot of rebuilds before and a lot of bright moments in the franchise. And so I think you just kind of have to trust the front office, trust what the new regime, the new coaching staff is doing. But you know, it would be interesting to know if they even expected for a lot of these moves to happen. I know we talked about Brian Burns yesterday. That was kind of the bigger move, but they're also going to be losing a guy like Frankie Louvu, who's going to the Washington Commanders. They were already going to move on from Dante Jackson and now Yetur Gross-Matos, just to name a few on the defensive side. So we were thinking about this rebuild in a way that was really going to impact the offense. But now you're looking at Ejiro Evero, the defensive coordinator, coming back to Carolina next season, and he's really not going to have a lot of the big playmakers that he was working with last season. So it's hard to kind of put this in perspective. I think a lot of people probably feel like Luke Combs does currently, but again, I think you just have to trust that the front office at least is going to make some more moves. I think if they can make a few more moves, I know they had 2 guard signings as of yesterday, which means that they're trying to really protect Bryce Young this season, which is good. But I mean, he still needs weapons. We still need these holes on the defense to be filled. So if they can make some more moves with the free agency, and then of course make a lot of moves in this year's draft, maybe you'll feel a little bit better about it in a couple of months.
Well, Carla, you and the Charlotte Sports Live team will get us through all these transitions. You can catch Carla tonight after the news at 10. Thank you for joining us early this morning, Carla.
Thanks, guys.